I'm Gaby. I'm Director of Communities at Seed. And with me today is John McKnight, our Chief Technology Officer. Hi, John. How are you?
I'm great, Gaby. It seems like literally forever since I've seen your face.
Well, I'm glad that I have you here talking about the Seed platform. But we don't only want to tell and talk, we want to show our platform. And we have Steve, our Director of Marketing, with us to help us out here. We have a handy diagram. And Steve, would you be so kind to show it to our viewers?
Sure thing. Here it comes, and you won't hear much more of my voice. I'm just going to be the diagram shower. See you soon.
Thank you. Okay, so this is it. This is the Seed token platform. John, why don't you give us a quick overview of the components of our system architecture of our platform?
All right. Would you like me to start by saying that Seed token is meant to be an environment where we cultivate conversational agents, and we use a number of tools that are open source, and we contribute to the open source foundations. And then again, we have GitHub repositories, and the conversational agents that you build in Seed token run on top of our blockchain with our own custom smart contracts that we're able to accurately track transactions that take place. So you have confidence in the system and the way the individual components are behaving. The first part then, since it is a blockchain project, is that we have a wallet, and the wallet lets you view the transactions. And it's just like your bank wallet. You can take a look inside and you can see how much Seed token you have, what you sent, when, and to whom, and what you've received, since if you are a builder of components in Seed token using the greenhouse, you can also receive tokens for your work.
Okay. And what are the little components with the little seed icon, the seed logo icons here? For example, Dandelion, the authoring tool. What can I do with it?
Dandelion is a browser-based authoring tool, so you can create your conversations for your conversational user interfaces without needing to know any code. So you can just draw a diagram like you see in that icon,
yeah,
and connect the way the conversation flows. And when you're finished, you have a functioning bot, and you can also look at the code that was produced in case you're curious how the greenhouse builds it.
Okay, great. And do I need a desktop app for that, or is that in a web browser?
It is fully run in a web browser, so it should comfortably run on your desktops, laptops, iPads, Android tablets.
Very cool. Okay. Well, let's go on maybe with on the left side. Yeah, that one. I cannot read it. The external bot authoring platforms. That sounds interesting.
You would think so, but
I do.
I'm sorry. That's Rhizome, which is our API aggregator. That's where all the magic takes place. Whenever there's a conversation with one of the bots, it comes into Rhizome. Rhizome tries to decide what the intent of the user is. If the intent is that it needs to look elsewhere for more data, then it can gladly do it. So you can connect to external services like Fetch, or you could call your local weather provider and find out what the forecast is, or it could tell you what's on sale nearby. And as Steve has nicely zoomed to, Rhizome is allowed to connect to any API provider that uses web standards. So you can extend Rhizome and the Seed platform in any direction you want and give the intelligence to the bot that it deserves.
That sounds great, but do I understand correctly that I then can also, thanks to Rhizome, use my favorite authoring tool or even my favorite AI engine?
That's right. You can. Right now, the current versions support Dialogflow as one example, one of many, and you're able to build your bot within Dialogflow and then integrate it seamlessly into the greenhouse. And that component could be for both your conversational agent or someone else's. We also have support for Lewis, IBM Watson, Lex, ChatScript, AML, and those are just the beginning.
But I also see the open source NLP engine Rasa there, so I don't have to rely on the big five. I can also use other external resources, right?
That's absolutely correct. We do support plugging in different, my brain just shut off. I apologize, Steve and Gaby. We do support other natural language processing technologies like Rasa, NLTK. We also support via NVIDIA and a lot of their great hard work, things like TensorFlow, so that you can use machine learning and deep learning to help build conversational engines and intents and do natural language processing. Through Haptic, we have a fine named entity recognition engine that is currently targeted primarily to Indian, but is quite adept at discovering proper nouns and intents. Yeah. And we have support for Futuri that's being built in so that you have fintech grade authentication and two-factor authentication. And our platform is very, very open, and we're currently talking to a number of other partners to enhance the functionality that we present and see.
Great. So to me, that sounds like I could actually use the seed components like Dandelion, and I saw another component there, pollen. I can build a quite sophisticated chatbot. Then I can use my favorite NLP engine, for example, Rasa. And I can even add a 3D avatar, right? A talking avatar. And now I need to deploy it. So where can I deploy it to?
Well, the first step is you can deploy anywhere that the Microsoft bot framework supports. So that can be anything from Skype to Skype for Business, Telegram, Line, Slack. The list, I believe, is right around 13 through the bot framework. And we also have native support for other devices, and we have clients like Hadron, which give you a way to put your chatbot inside of a web browser. Mm-hmm. And also we are developing mobile clients, so you'll be able to integrate them into your iOS and Android apps.
Yeah, Hadron is actually running on our website, right, with our seed token FAQ bot.
Yes, Hadron is running on the seedtoken.io website, and using rhizome and the different layers of seed. We are also running inside of Telegram. There's a seed bot FAQ that is running in Telegram.
Yeah, that helps us and my community managers a lot, because it can answer day and night in every time zone all questions about the seed project. So I'm very happy about that. Okay, and then there is a little voice icon, I think. So I could also deploy on speakers, on smart speakers?
Yes, we actually have done some test work with Alexa and Google Assistant, so it is possible to integrate seed bots inside of those as well.
Cool. Very cool. So I have a good overview now. Of course, I have a lot more questions also from the community. For example, why do we need blockchain to do all that? But I see that we are running out of time. So I would like at this point to thank you for your time, John and Steve. And I would like to continue this maybe next week and then dig a little deeper. Okay? Thank you, John.
Thanks, Gaby.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Bye.